Happy hump day, everybody. Let me get this thing fully fired up and we will get rocking and rolling. Here's Instagram is good to go. Awesome. If you guys aren't following me at Joaquin4Care on most things, please do. Guys, good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Joaquin Acosta, your guide and host on this journey of discovery and innovation in the world of pharmacy tonight. Welcome to tonight's episode of Know Your Pharmacist Livestream, where we connect, collaborate, and create a community of informed and empowered individuals. As the CEO of Pharmtrue and a passionate advocate for healthcare innovation, I am thrilled to bring you a lineup of topics that are not just interesting, but pivotal in shaping the future of pharmacy and wellness. Tonight, we're diving deep into challenges and breakthroughs that are redefining our industry. In our Pharmacist Frontline segment, we'll explore the alarming rise in pharmacy burglaries in New York. We're going to dissect statistics, understand the implications, and brainstorm proactive solutions to safeguard our community's pharmacies. Moving to Tech Talk, we will delve into the world of AI and data privacy. With the NIST's new guidelines, we're at the forefront of balancing patient confidentiality with technological advancement. It's about being productive and protective in equal measure. In our Enlightenment Hour, we'll embrace the concept of biophilia, discover how connecting with nature can be a transformative tool for health and well-being. It's about integrating the serenity and strength of the natural world into our daily lives. Our Herbal Wellness Corner tonight is a holiday special, merging the festive spirit with cannabis education. Guys, we took a deep dive into Bisco Chito making here, a New Mexico special over in the High Horse Cannabis podcast, Full Spectrum Podcast, episode 12 today. Me and Bennett broke it down, guys, on how to cook cannabis at home. And this is not just your normal magic brownie, leave it and don't wake up for 3 days kind of situation. Anyways, if you want to see it, I'll dive into that. In our community spotlight, we're highlighting the incredible efforts of DH Lescombes Winery and Bistro. Join us in supporting their founders' journey and celebrating the power of community support. And finally, in our Men's Health Minute, we're focusing on the importance of regular skin checks. It's about taking charge of our health, being vigilant, and embracing a proactive approach to wellness. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Pharmtrue, High Horse Cannabis Company, Vita Speedway Park, and the Big Chicken Farm for their unwavering support in our mission. Together, we're making a difference, guys. So sit back, engage with us, and be ready to be captivated, educated, and inspired. Let's embark on the journey together, learning and growing with each other. Welcome to the Know Your Pharmacist Livestream. First things first, Pharmacist Frontline segment, guys. New York pharmacies have been absolutely torched in the last 2 years. And this isn't something, I even thought about this at the same time. The headline, it's like, you almost don't want to advertise this, right? Like, I don't want to give anybody any funny ideas. Anyways, pharmacy burglaries in New York increased 620% in the last 2 years, according to the DEA. Right, guys? And, here, thieves are knowing what they look for. Two specific things. Opioids and stimulants are the ones coming out of these pharmacies. But let's take a look at video here.
It's codeine cough syrup being mixed with Sprite soda and a specific kind of antihistamine to create purple drank.
This is being glamorized, and unfortunately, this is causing harm.
In the southern United States, police in Little Rock seized high-powered rifles and thousands in cash when agents busted 18 alleged gang members from Houston who were crossing state lines to break into Arkansas pharmacies. They're accused of stealing opioids and cough syrup, among other drugs.
Numerous local, state, and federal law enforcement were in Houston, Texas, and effectuated the apprehension of all 18 defendants who were involved in this criminal enterprise.
Just like Arkansas, New York City has seen a rash of 20 pharmacy burglaries in 3 boroughs since July, with opioids and amphetamine being stolen by one crew wearing dark clothing and white surgical gloves. There's actually a problem with burglaries in the entire state.
We've had a 600% and 20% increase in the last 2 years. And let me just be very clear too, the pharmacies have an obligation to report this theft and loss to the DEA.
When Pix 11 News recently reported on the crimes after a Staten Island burglary, one pharmacist told us the elusive suspects are not desperate addicts.
It's a ring. So they have multiple people involved, multi-states.
The burglars are also going after alprazolam, which is used to treat anxiety. The DEA visits each pharmacy that's hit.
We often make recommendations. Do you have cameras? Do you have motion sensors? Do you keep your controlled substances in lock boxes? Do you have some protocols when the store or the pharmacy is closed?
You know, I mean, 620% rise in pharmacy break-ins over the last 2 years in New York. I mean, that is insane, guys. And, you know, again, the organization behind it is rather bothersome. Pharmacies really have to do their best. There are situations where, you know, you're not going to be able to, you know, foresee something. You may be at work and somebody's going to come in at gunpoint and things are going to happen, right? And again, having the preventative measures, having the extra security and check, gates, double gates, locking alarm systems, so on and so forth, really does take you a long way. And, you know, covering that, providing good, proper security, systems. You know, back at my old pharmacy, we had a very good security system, double door in front, roll down gate just to get into the main front entrance. That bought enough time when the alarm actually broke for, you know, the thief to be caught within, 10 minutes, not even able to get back through the gates in the pharmacy, so on and so forth, the actual pharmacy proper. So again, that's why our New Mexico Board of Pharmacy does want the pharmacy proper, separated from, main buildings, so you can't just open a door and just be right in a pharmacy ready to go. But, people do come in, they'll come in through the roof. People find ways. If you're in a suite that's next to some other building, sometimes they break into the building next door, drill a hole through the wall, grab that control cabinet, get what they need and get out. And again, that's a damn shame, but what can we do? Have better security systems in place, have better measures in place, and, recognize that this is a thing, and ideally heal our country from the wounds of the opioid epidemic and the stimulant, issues there. Obviously, the opioid epidemic is incredibly plaguing our country to a big degree, and, methamphetamine, crack cocaine, all that definitely is in there. Just the numbers, sheerly, the opioid is a big problem to tackle for sure. So anyways, not only does cannabis have neuroprotective effects for those who overdo it on stimulants, it does also help to get those opioid doses down, right, with the synergy at the pain receptor. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Guys, moving on to our tech talk, talking about an interesting, little update here from our government. Wrote this on there. Anyways, drafts to basically provide AI-driven, research protections here are starting to come in place. Basically under the Biden administration executive order on AI offer, the United States National Institute of Standards Technology, right? The NIST is now creating this system in terms of how to evaluate AI, and the priorities there. So again, obviously, this is only going to be the beginning. And I know maybe those of you who have just watched that Netflix movie that came out where the Teslas are driving themselves and the world's being taken over, it does create a little bit of a scare there about, the potential of bad AI, so on and so forth. And either way, this is something that we do want to understand and have our, best control over as a country, as a humanity race. However, these at least are steps in the right direction because, again, until things usually get regulated after things break or things go bad. So that's the only thing there that, maybe that movie hopefully isn't forecasting anything by any means. Hopefully isn't forecasting, anything at all. But anyways, our country is looking into it. And so for anybody that wants to continue to stay on top of that, for sure, it's good to know. All right, let's move on to our Enlightenment Hour, guys. Jumping into a Mayo Clinic Minute. So right here talking about prescribing nature for mental and physical health. I'll show you guys a little video here. If anybody's ever heard of Biophilia,